All right, now I see the agenda. But I did not hear Andy's voice.
As you have to re-agree to being...
Yeah, I'm here now. All right. All right, should we start again? Let's start again. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the April 17, 2025 KubeStellar Community Meeting, take 2. Yeah. So anyway, welcome to all of you who have joined us. We have a meeting invite that you can get, or just scribble all over this particular agenda if you go to KubeStellar.io/join us. That's join us either with an underscore or no underscore. Your choice. Choose your own adventure. So it's KubeStellar.io/join us. You'll have a Google group. You agree to joining, and then you'll get access to this. Plus, you'll get the invites. What a deal. So if you have any meeting agenda topics, go ahead and add them below in the appropriate date and time. Today is, so we are proud members of the CNCF Sandbox project, and as such, we abide by a contributor code of conduct. I'll read it here. As contributors and maintainers in the CNCF community, and in the interest of fostering an open and welcoming community, we pledge to respect all people who contribute to reporting issues, posting feature requests, updating documentation, submitting pull requests or patches, and other activities. We are committed to making participation in the CNCF community a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, personal appearance, body size, ethnicity, race, age, religion, or nationality. Basically, just everybody please be nice to each other. It's a general good rule of thumb. Okay, so just as a note, we did not have a meeting on the 3rd. We were in KubeCon EU in London. Great venue, a huge conference center. I don't even know how long the hallway was. It had to be at least a mile. There were 3 conferences going on simultaneously, 13,000 people in attendance. KubeStellar had 3 major events there. We were a part of a lightning talk that I gave on April 1st, the first day up in the 3rd floor Platinum Suite. And in the partner pavilion, I gave a talk. I talked to some of our potential clients and some clients. I found out there are people using KubeStellar out there. And we also held a ContribFest. We have a recording for the ContribFest that's posted on our YouTube page. You can go up and hit that. I'll add a link to it here after the call. The lightning talk was also recorded and should be produced or sent out to those members of the CNCF community at some point in the next couple of weeks. So if you wouldn't so please as put your name here on the attendee list. That'll confirm for us that you do indeed have access to our agenda. And if you want to see recordings of this meeting or any meetings in the future or past, just go to KubeStellar.io/TV and grab yourself a chair and sit down and watch intently. At KubeCon EU, we did have a major event as part of the lightning talk. We debuted our KubeStellar Infomercial 0.2. You'll all be interested in having a watch that, and you can go up to KubeStellar.io/TV. It'll be the premiere that you'll see first. Okay, so we've got in the KubeStellar UI, we've been doing a lot of work there. In particular, we've been focusing on the centricity of labels at this point in time. We've got some new folks joining the fold. We'll be also holding an LFX internship in the summer and fall. We are looking to, right now we have 6 projects going for this term. That term will be ending at the end of May. We will then open up the summer term. Summer term, we expect to be putting project ideas in for that this coming week. And when approved as a PR, they will become offered, and then we will canvass for participants, interview them, and bring them on board to start in the summer. We hope to have 3 projects, which would mean 3 interns. We're also getting some folks from local as local gets, I guess, from universities in the United States and in India for their participation as unpaid interns as well, or interns that are paid through their own academic pursuits, not through us. So it's really exciting. We may have anywhere between 6 and 8 new participants for the summer. They will continue to work on things like KubeStellar UI, KubeStellar proper, and kubeflex. So there's a lot of opportunities there. I really hope to see lots of people applying. Just as a note, some logistics. For each one of these projects that you see listed here, we had 70 applicants last time. That's a total of over 400 applicants that we had to weed through to get just 6. That was agonizing. So yeah, get in early if you can, if you're watching this video, and also join us now. Help us out now. The more you, the more you expose yourself in terms of implementing PRs or opening issues in the KubeStellar or the KubeStellar UI or the kubeflex repos, the more familiar we get with you and the more familiarity we have with you and your work ethic, the more likely it is you'll be chosen as a project for one of these projects. So that's my best advice for you all. Okay. Any questions on the internships or how they're run or when they happen? Okay, folks. So we've got our latest patch release available, 027.2. With that, we had a change to our homepage, a major change there with some interesting graphics, pretty cool stuff. We also have the ability to use a pre-existing cluster as an ITS, which is a neat new feature that allows us to have existing ITS, existing inventory globally or wherever it should exist, and make them proper members of KubeStellar as managed class as ITS members. So that's a really big feature. We're looking forward to people exploiting that. We also have a minimum and maximum release of kubeflex is now enforced, so that this way that you're not working with an outdated version of kubeflex as an underlying core component of KubeStellar. We think that'll help our folks. And we're not using Docker Hub anymore. We use Quay or ghcr.io. The reason is that many people were getting rate limited by downloading our containers from Docker Hub or any containers that we use, like Postgres or any kind of ingress, things like that. So that's important for you to note, but it should make the installation process a lot more smooth. There's some upcoming changes and features. We're always on an upgrade campaign to move to a new version of to Kubernetes. So version 1.30 is right now in scope, and we hope to be settled on that in the weeks ahead. We have some long run testing and scale testing. There's PRs that are open. Braulio's been in charge of that. And so Braulio, you're on. Do you have any comments that you'd like to make about those PRs at this time?
So yeah, just about PR 2660s. I'm planning to start working tomorrow on that to address Michael Ellis's comment. I think we are getting close here to be in a good shape.
Great. And Braulio, just remind us again. You're using what are you using underneath that testing? What enables us? Cluster Loader 2, or is that something else?
Which PR are you referring to? Sorry.
I guess tell us a little bit about both. What's the underpinnings for the 2654 and 2666? What's the requirement in terms of infrastructure? There might be people. The reason why I'm asking, there might be people listening to this call that have experience with the underlying components that you're using to enable this.
So for the long run test and for the tests that have been performance tests that have been done with the KubeStellar, we have been using Cluster Loader too as the tool to deploy our benchmark workload. And the benchmark workload that we are using too is a variation of the workloads from QQBurner. That is an open source tool that provides some benchmark workloads that mimic production workloads.
Okay, great. That's great news. Yeah, so a lot of what's cool about KubeStellar is when you work with our project, you work with just about anything out there in the ecosystem because we integrate with anything that belongs on a Kubernetes cluster. So you're not limited to just working with KubeStellar and its code base. You could feel free to integrate just about anything. Matter of fact, we have a repository called Galaxy. So at KubeStellar/Galaxy, that has integration endpoints for things like scheduling or let's see, we've been doing some work with Kubeflow pipelines and so forth for AI and job suspension and job unsuspension. So there's really cool work going on, a lot of integration. Matter of fact, we even plan on building out a marketplace to host this type of stuff and incorporate it into the KubeStellar UI in the very near future. This will be part of the summer project program. Thanks, Paolo. As a matter of fact, one of the items in the KubeStellar/Galaxy repo is this integration with Argo CD. So feel free to go check that out too. So if you've got experience with Argo CD and you'd like to help us out there, we'd love to have your help. All right. Any other people that are on the call that would like to give an update on the current state of affairs, development, or otherwise for 0.27.2? Mike, you're on. If you have any comments or questions.
No, I think it's just. I mean, you got it there, right? It's consolidated some recent work, just fixing up a few problems in the .0 release.
All right. Cool. Mike, are we looking for a full release at any point, or are we still working at a patch level for now?
This is a. I mean, this. We don't. Full release is not a technical term that we use. We have test releases and then regular releases. So this is a regular release.
Okay.
The fact that it's something says that it's mainly focused on fixing bugs, since the something.0.
All right, sounds good. All right, so just a matter of the nomenclature for me. Thank you for clearing that up. All right. Thank you, Mike. All right, so the all-in-one demo environment, still chugging along. We've got some issues we found, and we're attempting to overcome them with some PRs and fixes. So just be aware, we've found some issues that have been plaguing us on WSL as well as Ubuntu, and these have to do with some of the Docker configuration on them. So there are specific ways to work around them if you have those problems, and we also have PRs that will actually check before in our pre-flight check or pre-install check that will check before, such that they can be such that the install process is smoother. So we've gone to great lengths to try and incorporate documentation. If indeed you do have a problem during the pre-flight check, you can click on the link that's provided in the console, and it'll bring you to one of our shiny new web pages, and it'll explain how you can overcome the issue. That specifically is for things that we bumped into with Kind. There are some limitations in the default setup that do impede us at times, especially with 0.27.2. Things like disk space and other environment variables and settings, configuration settings that are used by default by Kind can be a limitation. They usually happen to be specific to things like Rancher Desktop or the underlying implementation of the container runtime that Kind relies upon, right? So whatever your Docker endpoint is or your container runtime endpoint is usually the problem or usually the issue. So we've given some information not only here in this particular agenda, but we've also got web pages that reflect the same information of how to modify your Rancher Desktop installation such that it will work nicely with KubeStellar and Kind. Okay. The summarization work still in progress, so we've got more work going on there. And Mike, do you want to comment on any of this? Have we made any more movement here?
No, still waiting to make progress.
Okay. Multiple simultaneous KubeStellar systems are in plan for this type of thing. We're starting to think about scalability. We've got some work going on with Google Summer of Code. I think we've actually narrowed down the applicants to a small set, and we've made a recommendation. We'll be bringing that person on at the beginning of the summer, and they'll start to work together with us to implement some of the things that we've got listed in this. You can look it up in the Summer of Code 2025. Paolo, do you want to give people here an understanding of what exactly the Google Summer of Code will be focused on for KubeStellars?
Sure. This project is gonna be focused on improving our performance tools for KubeStellar. Right now, we have monitoring and performance tools to do an analysis of the and benchmark of the KubeStellar control plane per se. On this project, we are going to be focused on the data plane. We want to have monitoring graphs like using Grafana that also help us to observe and analyze the performance of the KubeStellar control plane on real time, like checking the upsync and the downsync latencies across the KubeStellar spaces, for example.
Excellent. Great. So yeah, so this should be really interesting to see the results of. I think if anything, by the end of this summer, we're going to have a very lean, mean system, and I think a lot of people will appreciate that. Thank you, Braulio.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got the Cornell software-defined farm program that still continues, and we've got a Gloria Mubiza who's started off with us working on this, and now we've transcended, and we're working with a new group of students at Cornell University. I've been invited to speak at the CROPS annual meeting, which will be coming up in May, where I'll give people an understanding of what we've been working on in this space and invite them to watch us. We've been working this semester on something specific that was really cool, enclave and confidential computing using KubeStellar. So the ability to deploy containers that are they're confidential containers, kata containers, and those containers have, let's say, models in them that have proprietary information for farmers, so that the farmers' information, and that could be things like logistical information or like geographic location, longitude, latitude, coordinates, and that sort of thing that are included in their model, are not exposed. They're actually masked or protected against being exposed by being used in a confidential container. That's pretty cool. So that's all been worked on with KubeStellar. We've actually got that working, and it's something that we want to promote. Hey, Braulio, if you wouldn't mind taking a note, this might be something we want to expose through Galaxy. Maybe we bring that up to, that's a place where the folks there might have to deposit this good work, right?
Yes. I definitely going to have some more follow-up discussion, because we are planning to publish this work. So I think after the publication, that would be the right place to put.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. Okay, great. So we'll take a note on that. All right, great. So that about does it for me. I'm done spewing. So if anybody has any, does anybody have any comments or questions or things they'd like to share with the community, or say hello? Everybody is so shy on these calls. Hey, Gerald. Hey, man. Good to see you.
Hey, Andy. I haven't been in a while. Thought I'd stop by and see what's going on.
You pop in every so often. I love seeing you. Thanks.
I do. I love to know what's going on with this community. And you mentioned confidential containers. I've been doing a lot with that to bring that to IBM Cloud.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. We should talk. We should catch up.
Yeah. This is fantastic. Good to see the linkage. All right. Great to see you again. All right, everybody. That about concludes it for our call today. Thank you for joining take 2 of the KubeStellar meeting for April 17th, 2025. This will be posted on YouTube for others to share and delight in. Have a great upcoming 2 weeks. We'll see you again soon.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.